Hey guys, welcome back to All About You. In today's episode, I have a featured guest. What's your name?
Oscar.
Okay guys, so Oscar is actually going to be answering some questions for Dragonball Super and the CCG. And we're gonna just find out what other players think about the game. You know, this game just came out recently, a few weeks ago, and overall we want to get a lot of different people's opinions and thoughts on the success of the game and whether or not it's going to be a good game for players to actually have an involvement in. So starting off, what are your thoughts so far about the game?
Well, so far, I mean, like, one of my buddies named Travis introduced me about the game on YouTube. I actually looked it up. My thoughts about the game was most likely like any other card game, relatively easy, maybe straight to the point. Maybe there'll be a little play-by-plays, a little technicals and all that stuff, but I believe this game is actually promising with all the, I mean, it's Dragonball Super, come on people, I mean, like...
No sad guys.
I mean, you're dealing with your favorite characters on TV, with Goku, Vegeta, Frieza, and all those other characters.
All of these iconic characters that we all grew up with, and also the new generation has their own set of characters to actually grow up with as well. We have different generations a part of the Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball franchise. So, but yeah, interesting. So, I mean, right now, how long have you been playing the game for?
I mean, so far I've been playing for almost 2 weeks now, and I pretty much got the gist of how everything is played, even the basic rulings, how to play cards, the energies, the combo areas, everything. I mean, down to the life points. I mean, like, this game, it's pretty much a mixture of Vanguard, Magic, and Pokemon, with meaning Pokemon is using as your prizes, as your life points.
Interesting.
Magic is most likely for the energies, and Vanguard is most likely just tapping your characters into rest to attack either another battle card or your leader. But Anthony will get into more detail later on about that.
Yeah, I definitely. I mean, right now the game does seem like it's taking a bit of different mechanics from just different series of card games, and right now Magic, Pokemon, and Vanguard are extremely very good, solid games, doing very well in the CCG community. And Dragon Ball Super, if you are a fan of any of those three games mentioned, Dragon Ball Super will be your game. But besides that, what do you think is the meta for this game?
Well, personally, I really love the blue cards, because if you're more like a speed type player that just filtered through energies, your deck, that is the card, that is the color you would actually like to start with, blue.
Absolutely.
Because it would actually replenish your mana, it would increase your hand size, and oh my god, I mean, the cards is just, I'm just speaking for myself, but like, once you get into the card game, you will love it. So far, blue is one of the best. Then you have yellow, as terrifying as it is. Oh my god.
What makes it terrifying?
I mean, because the fact that you're dealing with Lord Frieza.
Whew. So, which Frieza you think is the most terrifying version of yellow?
So far, what I have to say is the golden one.
Ooh, golden, guys, you already know. That new transformation kicks a lot of ass. But,
And then you're dealing with green. Green is actually good. I mean, green is split into two archetypes, excuse me. Mm-hmm. You got dealing with Broly. Broly's deck, if you saw one of Anthony's videos about the Broly profile, that deck pretty much milled from hand. And that's actually very deadly. And then you have another archetype that's just dealing with, like, going in with killing battle cards, taking advantage of it, going crazy with criticals, double strikes. It's just ridiculous. And then you got red, which I'm currently using right now. The Champa deck is a very aggressive type deck.
Told you guys.
When I mean aggressive, I mean it goes off early. Early as possible, is hitting us for 1 to 2 damage a turn, and on top of that, increasing your hand. Very promising. I mean, this game is very promising. You guys should get into it.
Yeah, well said. I mean, you know, he actually gave you guys a little synopsis of each element, and pretty much you have 4 types of colors in this game, which is red, blue, yellow, and of course our green. And yeah, and he pretty much told you how each element, you know, each deck runs. Green is more of a hand control slash field destruction element. You have red, which is aggro, so for all you players that love to just attack, 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 you guys would definitely love to use that color. Then you have blue, which is more of stabilizing your own field, giving yourself extra energy so you can make bigger plays or safer plays. So it's a little bit of a control slash kind of keep away deck where you're just pushing your opponent away until you can set up your board. Then, of course, you have yellow, which yellow is similar to blue, except yellow utilizes a lot of your characters getting killed off, at least the type of deck that he just spoke off of being Golden Frieza. He KOs your own cards to give yourself energy and to draw cards. So your hand size is constantly increasing while you're able to keep renewing your resources, essentially.
I mean, when he means energy, he meant renewing your energy. So the guys don't get that confused.
Yes, that type of energy. Okay, so it seemed like you felt like most of these elements or colors, well, let's try using colors.
Right.
Most of these colors are relatively even. Do you feel like there's one that supersedes the rest? Any dominant?
I mean, so far, I would have to give it to, I mean, blue should be the dominant one, but so far I've seen videos on YouTube where people just mix and match their colors, and then, I mean, people have their own opinions about domination when it comes to colors.
Definitely.
But blue should actually, no, blue is the dominant one, because basically how Anthony explained it is more control and it's going on your pace.
Yeah.
So that's most likely that's going to be the popular choice among new players. I mean, players who already experienced Pokemon, Magic, or Vanguard in the past will choose other colors like yellow, red.
Yeah. Plus, you guys will have an edge also. If you played any of those 3 games or a mixture of them, you'll be a step ahead of the rest, because this game is pretty much Vanguard and Pokemon all in one. And then, of course, it has some features from Magic. But those 2 games primarily, that's how the game plays, especially Vanguard. Vanguard, this game took a lot of mechanics from them, so that they're able to pretty much transition right into the game. If you came out of Vanguard, you can literally jump right into the game. So I have to ask you, what is your favorite character in the Dragonball Super, the anime?
Ooh, that's a tough question. I mean, there's plenty of characters go around. I mean, like, I gotta give it to my boy Vegeta. He's one of my favorite characters.
Vegeta, guys, this man. And then, you know, he gets all in your face blue action. No.
I still gotta give it to my the two kids that power Go-Tanks. Love them. Go-Tank and Trunks. When they Go-Tanks, oh god, they're crazy. I mean, the fact that they're cocky, but they're still good.
They're still good. Those kids are amazing. They have a lot of...
I mean, and then I gotta give it to my #1 guy, Beerus. Beerus is one of a hell of a
God of Destruction, guys. God of Destruction.
One hell of a guy.
What do you think about the card, God of Destruction, the turn 7? Do you think that really gives Beerus a good rep?
I mean, if you play it right, it actually can be very devastating, because like what it does is when it enters play, your opponent has 2 options. Either mill 2 from his hand or discard their entire field.
Whew, God.
Meaning battle cards and energy.
Yeah. That's a lot to lose.
I mean, for a big cost, it may be high, but the effect is worth it. And on top of that, he has triple strike.
Devastating. Very, very strong, and it's something that if you get hit by it, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna pack definitely a huge punch. So with that being said, since we now know some of your favorite characters, Does that kind of resonate with the type of decks you use? Do you feel like you can be a fanboy and enjoy the game and play your favorite characters while being competitive in the game?
Well, the thing about it is, it all goes back to what type of archetype build you like. Like if you like to be an aggressive type player, then you would choose red. If you want to if you want to dominate your player, you will go with yellow. If you want hand control or dominate him with hand, just killing their hand off, you'll go with green, killing off their field as well. And then blue, if you want to be just on the safe side, but still controlling your board and every action you do from now on, blue will be your choice. It depends on the player. I can't really say much about, like, you know, just choosing based on your character. Yeah, that's great and all, but they're gonna soon to realize that it's based on whatever playing style they're comfortable with. And they gonna most likely end up liking that character later on when they start playing the game, getting involved, and all that stuff.
Yeah, I totally agree. A lot of the effects in this game are, you have to really pay attention to how cards interact in general in pretty much every CCG, and sometimes your favorite characters won't be the route to go. So, you know, fanboys, you can definitely play some cool cards. Like one of my favorite characters, Vegeta.
Well, I'm not like shutting you guys down about playing with your favorite cards and all, your favorite anime, but I'm just saying that, like, let's be real for a minute. Like, the thing is, like, you want to be a competitive player in the Dragon Ball Super franchise, you should go based on what playing style you played in the past, like Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, Pokemon. Whatever playing style suits you best, that's what playing style should suit you in this game. This game's no exception.
I agree, especially if you wouldn't even want a shot at beating me. I mean, you won't, but fanboys, you know, you don't want to just get destroyed by me, I'm just saying. So, you know, definitely pay attention to card effects, learn what's actually playable, and learn what's not. You know, there are some characters that you may love, and don't get me wrong, there's actually a few cards from almost every character that's available in the game that are actually good. Like, there are good Vegeta cards, there are good Goku cards, there are good different variety of cards that you definitely can utilize, but you got to be smart on how you build your decks and how card interactions occur. With that being said, do you feel like this game will last? Because as we all know, Bandai has created a bunch of card games like the Naruto CCG, Battle Spirits, Power Rangers. I mean, the list goes on, guys.
Even Dragon Ball Z.
Even Dragon Ball Z, the first installment, which right now they're getting their second shot, you know, so hopefully they learn from their first mistakes in terms of like managing games and making sure that they actually focus, because Bandai's a wonderful company, great at toys, great at productions, they definitely help a lot of aspects of the anime world, but you know, when it came to CCGs, the only baby that I can honestly say that really survived for a long period of time was Naruto. And Naruto was an excellent game, but unfortunately it still met its demise because of poor management towards the end. So with that being said, do you feel like this game has potential to be in the top 4, Yu-Gi, Magic, Vanguard, and Pokemon?
I mean, like, it all depends on the community. Like, if the community believes that this card game can last, then yes, it will. I believe it can go past maybe the first 5 years.
Nice.
Because the thing about it is, like, mind you though, this is Dragon Ball we're talking about.
Dragon Ball, guys. This is huge.
It's Dragon Ball.
One of the biggest animes in history.
I mean, exactly. People know this since they were kids.
Generations.
Generations. So basically, this is a very popular anime. So I believe that this game could last a long time, but it also depends on the vendors, it depends on Bandai itself. If they're confident enough to say, hey, we can make this game expand, we can make this work. Because the thing about it is, right now, at this moment, it's very hard to find the first set because not a lot of people are accepting Super. It's still new, which is understandable. But it can progress. If people willing to play the game, this game can go far.
Oh yes, this game can definitely. Hey guys, welcome back. Sorry for the little delay. As you can see, I'm holding the 4-star ball. Yeah, we're talking about Dragon Ball. You know, unfortunately the video cut off before, so we're at a different location. But overall, like what we were talking about, you know, as you were saying, you feel like this game is going to be surviving?
Of course. I mean, like, based on what I was saying before, it's based on the community. Basically, the community now today is like, they're seeking something new. With Dragon Ball Super, I guarantee you there's going to be an uprising, an uproar, people's going to enjoy it. Plus, like I said before, it's with your favorite characters, Goku, Vegeta, Beerus, Whis, Frieza. Come on, Frieza.
Yeah, Frieza's on the squad right now for the Tournament of Power, and actually I feel like that's the boost that this game needed. You know, during its launch, I felt like they released a lot of content because of Super and because of the actual Tournament of Power. So with that being said, you know, the game has a lot of potential to stay alive, and there's just a lot of activity going on. Overall, there's so much to come. You know, right now, next set is featuring Goku Black, I believe, and in his Rose form. So that's going to be something to look forward to. And recently we just had promos released with Cell being one of the main promos, and also Cooler. So we're getting characters from movies over here. We have Cooler and we also have Broly, the promo, even though we already have a few cards with them. But you know, right now Dragon Ball Super is doing very well. Hopefully more locations actually pick it up, because that's like the only thing I'm a little worried about. You know, some people don't want to invest in it despite the growth, and there's like thousands and thousands of people in it.
I mean, the thing about it now is it's very new. No one really knows about it much. But in few stores is like starting to acknowledge the fact that Super is alive and well. It's just that they need to get it. They need to get it at their local stores. People want it. It's hard to get. I understand. I mean, I even bought a few boxes from my main man right here.
You already know.
It wasn't cheap, but it was
Mr.
worth it.
4-star right here. That's the 4-star.
It wasn't cheap, but it was worth it, man. I'm telling you, this game is pretty simple. You can just buy yourself like 3 boxes and boom, you got yourself a deck.
Yeah. Actually, I have another member on the squad, and you know, he just recently started playing the game and he loves it. You know, overall he has played like games like Yu-Gi and probably a few others, but overall, you know, it's an experience that, you know, we all get to go through with this type of game. The game plays out very well. Honestly speaking, it's simple to learn, but it takes a while for players to actually get good. There's a lot of plays that you have to actually go through the motion and interactions with and understand how the gameplay works in order to make better decisions.
I mean, it's pretty much simple mechanics like any other card game. That's what it is. It's your mastery of the game, the fundamentals, the basic rulings. It's all of that. Just like how it is in Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Magic. It's simple stuff. You just gotta put it into Dragon Ball Super.
Exactly, guys, exactly. You know, and there's not much to talk about that. You know, at the end of the day, you know, just test out the game for yourself. I'm almost sure you're gonna love it if you haven't played it. And for all of you that have been playing it, just keep supporting these channels that are doing content. Hey, heck, do some content of your own, you know, and contact some of us, and we might be able to assist you, because at the end of the day, we want this game to continue growing. And as you can see, we're going to be doing player interviews on this channel, you know, going in-depth analysis of the current state of the game. And, you know, this is what this channel is all about, you know. And I guess we're going to start closing this down, since we pretty much spoke about all the main topics we were going to do for today. And, you know, as always, this channel is all about 4-star wall. Nah, yeah.